Fight Mike here. Today we're going to be matchmaking after UFC 321 took place yesterday, headlined by Tom Aspinall and Ciryl Gane. I've put together fights that make sense scheduling-wise for the UFC and career progression-wise for the athletes themselves. But let's start off with the main event. I've matched up just a rebooking. I think that this is the exact thing that needs to happen. Rebooking with Tom Aspinall and Ciryl Gane. As we all know, the fight got stopped due to an eye poke, no contest in round one. We need to see this fight. It was shaping up to be a very interesting fight. We got some people online saying that Ciryl Gane is 10-8ing Aspinall just because of a couple of jabs that landed on the nose, but this does have to be rebooked. We've not seen anyone give Tom Aspinall this level of problems in the cage. We've not seen anyone be able to land even more than a couple of shots on Tom Aspinall. So this has to be rebooked. I don't think that they're going to book it for January or February. I bet January is going to be Ilia Topuria versus Gaethje or Pimblett, and I don't think that they're going to have Tom Aspinall above or below that. And then February, I think it's going to be the Sydney card in Australia. I, again, doubt it will be there. March or April is when this fight's going to take place. If there's going to be a London card on either of those months, even in May, they're going to make that fight then. But it's going to be a good fight. I think especially if they put it in the O2 Arena, it's going to be a massive fight, a lot bigger than this one was. Especially, I think they really should try and put this in England. Then there can be like the England versus France sort of divide in the crowd. It would be a really, really good and hyped up rematch between the two of them. And I think the odds are going to be much closer just because coming into it, Tom Aspinall 3-1 favorite. I think Ciryl Gane was like 285 underdog. This one's going to be like maybe 180 to 115. Like it's going to be slightly in favor for Tom Aspinall, but it's going to be a very, very close fight because honestly, this is the first heavyweight fight in a very, very long time where it's two massive, proper, fast athletes that could really be playing any sport out there. And they're in the primes of their careers. This is the best version of Ciryl Gane that I've ever seen that came up against Tom Aspinall yesterday. And then Tom Aspinall is going to be the best version of himself come the rematch. He's going to know that he's got to make some improvements. And Ciryl Gane's going to come in there a lot more confident, knowing that he's not going to get blitzkrieged in a couple of minutes. Because no matter what, you got to expect that Cyryl's definitely not coming in there with the most level of confidence. But after that first round, he probably is. So I'm looking forward to them rebooking this fight. They have to do it early on next year, put a lot of promotion behind it. And the winner of this is going to be somewhat of a star, I think. Moving on to the co-main event, though, we got for Mackenzie Dern. I've got her against Tatiana Suarez. And I'm just saying, apart from Chimaev in the middleweight division, this is going to be the least active belt out of any of the divisions, comfortably. Just because of what Mackenzie Dern said yesterday. I'll read it out to you. She said, "I don't know how much say I have now being a champion. I don't know how much my word and decisions get into play. But I'm here to defend it. So whoever gets sent to me, I'll be ready for. I don't know if Wei Li or will come back, but I will definitely like to fight Tatiana. Maybe she gets one more fight in. I want to have a couple more fights with some grapplers." That's such a bad look to say something like that, especially since, to be honest, I would pick everyone who's in the top 5 below Dern to beat Mackenzie Dern. That's not Werner Jandiroba. Literally every single one of them. Apart from Tatiana Suarez, she's the only one. She's like the Torres Finney of the women's strawweight division, or the Jailton Almeida of the women's strawweight division. And this is the only top 5, even top 7 fighter I would think that she can beat apart from Werner Jandiroba. And the thing is, she's not getting any of these other contenders because they've all lost to Werner. Such a crafty move from the UFC to make this take place because they obviously wanted Tatiana Suarez as champion. She's got a lot of hype behind her. They obviously want Mackenzie Dern as champion. So they're going to put together this boring, terrible matchup. I'm so unexcited to watch Tatiana Suarez hold Mackenzie Dern on the floor. Whilst Mackenzie Dern wins off strikes off bottom, it's literally going to be Volkov versus Almeida, except women's strawweight division version of it. It's going to be a terrible fight. And I hate the fact that I pick every single person below Mackenzie Dern to beat her, yet none of them are going to be able to get a title shot. And the fact that she's saying that she wants to have a couple of fights with grapplers makes me think that she's just going to deny fighting strikers. And she's going to make Tatiana Suarez get another fight in. Look, Tatiana Suarez, don't get me wrong, doesn't deserve a title shot, but neither did Mackenzie Dern. She was coming off one win, I think. Before getting the title shot, she was 2-2 in her last 3. I think she was 4-4 in the UFC. Why are you making Tatiana Suarez, who has 1 loss in the UFC, get more fights in when you barely had a positive record in the UFC? You were barely a winning fighter in the UFC. You don't have pull like that, alright? Now, moving on to the next one, we've got Umar Nurmagomedov. I've matched him up with the winner of Sean O'Malley versus Song Yadong. It was a good performance from Umar. Not nearly good enough for a title shot, though. I would bet a lot of money that Merab beats this version of Umar. I didn't see any improvements from Umar at all. Name one. If Umar was able to beat him with like a question mark kick KO or dominate him the entire time and not look tired at all by the end of the fight, I would be like, oh, maybe I can argue that that looks like a rematch worthy performance. You don't get almost leg locked by Bautista, and you don't get gassed out by Bautista in the 5th round and end up having to panic shoot takedown for 15 minutes, or for 5 minutes, sorry, and get a title shot against Merab, because Merab's going to cook you even worse than he did the first time. I didn't see a lot of improvements from Umar. And even then, take the performance out of it, even if he got a first round KO, I think you got to be a former champ or have like a ton of top 10 wins to get a title shot off a 1 ranked win at a time. He already did that once with 1 ranked win over Sandhagen. You're not going to do that with a 1 ranked win over Mario Bautista. For Merab, he's earned getting billed a contender. He's earned the respect to be given someone who's on a run. Umar's got 1, he'll be, what, like 2-1 in his last 3. That's not a guy that should have a Merab fight at all. Get him 3-1 at least. And again, if they make this fight, has to be a 5-rounder. No doubt about it. It absolutely has to be. Literally can't do a 3-rounder, because I was watching Umar Nurmagomedov after a 3-round fight look like he was dying of lack of oxygen. That doesn't make me think you're going to beat Merab at all. Honestly, I would pick both Sean O'Malley and Song Yadong to beat Umar. I'd pick Peter Yan to smoke Umar as well. I don't think he's all that. I don't think he's everything that people expect him to be. Moving on to the next one, we got Mario Bautista. I've matched him up with Vinicius Oliveira. There's not that many guys for Mario to fight that are available and deserve a shot moving up in the rankings. But Mario took like basically no damage in that fight. He should be able to do a quick turnaround. I think he should do a quick turnaround as well for the sake of his career. He's 31 or 32, I think. Getting up there in age, he's not got a long time left. And Vinicius Oliveira should be looking to fight soon, because he fought at UFC, I want to say 317 or 318, I think, and hasn't got a fight booked. Should look to fight early January or late December. I think that this is a good fight to take place. I will say it's a tough fight for Mario. He lacks a lot of finishing potential, and Vinicius Oliveira is a powerful, durable guy with decent grappling. I think Mario would struggle with Vinicius, but I think that this is a good fight to take place. Moving on to the next one for Alexander Volkov. I've matched him up with Curtis Blades. This is a rematch. Curtis has a win over Alexander Volkov, and he's coming off a win himself over Rizvan Guniev. And I think for Volkov, he's got to show that he can defend some takedowns better than he did in the Jailton Almeida fight. Both guys have wins over Jailton. Blades injured his knee until next year, so he's going to be out for a while. Volkov's not the most active guy anyway, and he is quite injury prone, so I wouldn't be surprised if he would want to wait this out. And it gives Volkov enough time to work on his wrestling. Sadly, Volkov ain't getting a title shot. I don't think he deserves it either. It's 1 win in a row, maybe 2 if you count the Gane win. But it just didn't look like a guy who could beat Tom Aspinall, so I don't mind him not getting a title shot. Moving on to Jailton Almeida, an absolute cancer of the sport. I've matched him up with Walter Walker. And if I'm Walter Walker, I'm pushing for this fight. I know he's very young. He's ranked 15 in the heavyweight division. But this is a very winnable fight for Walter Walker. And the thing is that if he loses, it's not such a step up to where he's going to do like career-changing damage to him. And the thing is that Almeida's just allergic to doing any damage. So if he loses it, it's not going to be that bad of a loss. And it'll teach him a lot about the wrestling and MMA in a very safe environment because, again, Jailton is allergic to damage. Moving on to the next one for Azamat Murzakanov. Itchy nose. I'm going to match him up with Magomed Ankalaev. I just spoiled that, but I'm not going to record this for the 7th time. I want Azamat to be one fight off a title shot, and this is the fight that gets him a title shot. He's getting older, but he's such a good fighter, and I need to see him fight for a belt. Because he seems that level, and I expect Olberg and Yuri will fight for the vacant belt next, but I want Azamat facing the winner, and what better to fight than the former title holder? This is going to be such a tough stylistic matchup for Azamat, though. Ankalaev's very good in the boxing, and he's going to be so much bigger than Azamat using his range against him, and he's actually going to use it unlike Rakic. I just don't know if these guys are going to even fight against each other. They're both Muslim fighters. A lot of the Muslim guys don't fight Muslim fighters, so I'm interested to see if they do end up fighting each other. But if they do make this fight, make it a 5-round main event. I got to see that. Now, moving on to the one I just spoiled, it's Alexander Rakic. I've moved him up to heavyweight to fight Marcin Tybura. There's nothing left for him at light heavyweight. He's lost to all of the good guys. He's never going to get back to a title shot. He needs to move up. He's too big for light heavyweight anyway. He just got slept by a jab. That's such a bad look. And Tybura just got slept as well. So let's put these two together. This would likely be to like April to June, letting these guys both recover. And for Rakic, I think he just beats Tybura due to being better than him everywhere. Moving on to QUILLAN SALLKILLD, my countryman. I'm going to be matching him up with Alexander Hernandez. Look, after beating Nasrat Haqparast on 10 days' notice with a 13-kilo cut by first round flatline KO, he deserves a ranked opponent, but he's not going to get one. Even though Nasrat arguably also deserved a ranked opponent, it's lightweight, so only undeserved prospects get a shot into the rankings. But let's task QUILLAN with removing all of the win streaks in the unranked lightweight division. Some people are putting him up against Rafa Garcia. I don't mind that. Kill Rafa, get his win streak over. Let's also give him Alexander Hernandez. He's running a 5-fight winning streak in the lightweight division, probably very close to the rankings. Let's get him out of there. QUILLAN SALLKILLD versus Alexander Hernandez. Book it. I'd enjoy to watch that. Moving on to Ikram Aliskerov, I've given him a shot into the rankings against Roman Dolidze. This would be a lot of fun of a fight, especially in the grappling. Aliskerov deserves a ranked opponent, but I think he deserves a ranked test, not like a Marvin Vittori type rank opponent. Aliskerov's got none of the cardio of Anthony Hernandez, so I'm probably going to favor Dolidze in this one. I think Dolidze is going to be able to out-grapple Aliskerov when he takes him down, and I think that the grappling between, the cardio between the two is very even. Moving on to the next one for Ludovic Klein, who broke his ankle. I've matched him up with Rafael Fiziev, and I need to see this fight before these two retire. We've got explosive, fast boxing of Ludovic Klein versus explosive, fast Muay Thai of Rafael Fiziev. And I know Fiziev only just beat lowly ranked Bahamondes, but he's likely going to be out for ages with a knee injury, and Klein's going to be out for a long time too with a broken ankle. So upon their return, it's two explosion masters with bad injuries. This is the fight to take place. I don't want Ludovic Klein fighting 3 more unranked guys before getting a shot into the rankings. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of that happening. It's like Grant Dawson at the moment, fights repeatedly unranked guys. He's on like a 3-fight unranked winning streak. He's 11-1 in the UFC. Just at least give him someone ranked in the top 10. He's 11-1. We're going to do the same thing to Ludovic Klein. He's like 8-1-1 right now. Annoys me so much. Now, for Mateusz Raubecki, I've matched him up with Rafa Garcia. We need to give Rebecki a step down from these wars, and we also need to remove Rafa Garcia's win streak. Rebecki's going to do unspeakable things to Rafa. He's better than him in every facet of mixed martial arts, and they likely sit in the same section of the unranked lightweight division. Now, moving on to the Nathaniel Wood, matched him up with ranked Dan Ige. I think that this is just a fun fight. Nathaniel Wood's barely lost in his career. He's 8-3 in the UFC, maybe 9-3 at the moment, with 2 of them being robberies. And I think Nathaniel Wood is better than the bottom-ranked featherweights. And I even think his opponent, Jose Delgado, is better than the other unranked featherweights. But he's still lost, even if I do think he won that fight. So let's put him up against William Gomez. Jose is probably going to be the first guy to finish Gomez. Gomez had a terrible performance last time out against Robbie Ruchala, did not look good at all, and Delgado's still very young and he's got a lot of room to improve. And he probably smokes William Gomez, so let's put this fight together right now. William Gomez is like an even more boring version of Leon Edwards, so this is the fight to take place. Let me know what you think of this in the comment section below. As always, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like and a comment, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.